What's good, everybody? Mr. Peters here today with you guys. We're talking about arithmetic sequences, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what that is and how to find the next number in a sequence. So understand there's two different formulas to find the next number in a sequence. We have the recursive formula, and we also have the explicit formula. But for our video purpose today, we're only talking about the recursive formula. So the first thing we want to do is identify whether our list of numbers is actually considered a sequence. So when I check the difference, right, between each term, each number, they all should have about a common difference. So when I look at our first set of numbers, I notice that the common difference between each number is not the same. So this would not be a arithmetic sequence. So when we check out our second set of numbers and we repeat that process, we notice that we have a common difference, right, of 4 across the border. So this would be considered a sequence, all right? That's the first thing we have to know. Now, what I'm going to do for our video purposes, we're going to wipe the board clean and we are going to write down the formula, and let's break down the formula before we go into the problem. So the formula for the recursive formula for sequences is a of n is equal to, and then they have a, and then they have in parentheses n minus 1 plus d. So I'm going to break this down to you guys so it could be very simple, because it's more complicated than what it really needs to be, guys. I'm telling you. So number one, this is our common difference. All right. So we'll just put common difference to abbreviate. So that's our common difference. Now, when we look at the rest of the problem, we need to understand that this middle term, right? This represents the previous term. Okay. So that's the previous term. And then our last one, a of sub n, is going to be the term that we are currently looking for. So term or number that we are currently looking for. Okay, so I wanted to break this down for you because the notation, especially this middle part right here, confuses students so much. And when I go back and I start solving a problem, just remember that a of n is what we're looking for. Our middle term, a of n minus 1, is the previous term before. And then we have d, which is the common difference. So now that we've got that down, let's actually get a problem up and let's see if we could utilize and understand how to use this formula. So let's erase, right? So they gave us a list of numbers, and the list of numbers is going to be 7, 11, 15, and 19. So when we look at the common difference, which is D, we all are going to notice that it has a common difference of 4, right? So that's the first thing we need to know. And we know that the first term in the sequence is 7. So now they're asking us to identify the fifth and the sixth term. But we're just going to focus on the fifth term first. So how do we do that? So when we use the formula, we're looking for the fifth term, right? A of 5. And this is equal to A of 5 minus 1, because we're talking about the term plus the common difference. So let's focus here, because what this is saying is we are going to take A of 4 and add 4 to it so that we could get A of 5. A of 4 is 19. So what we're saying is for us to find A of 5, we are going to take A sub 4, which is 19, and add 4 to it. So that means A of 5 is going to be equal to 23. All right. And let me pause right here. So one thing about the recursive formula, this formula allows us to go ahead and find the next number in the sequence. So meaning we wouldn't be able to take this formula and find the 13th or the 16th term. No, that will be the explicit formula, and I'm going to do a video that will come out right after this video on that topic. So this recursive formula is for us to understand and figure out the next terms in the sequence. So now that I figured out the fifth term, right, it's 23, now we could go back and we could demonstrate, I should say, or get the next answer. Not demonstrate, I'm sorry, guys. So let's do that right here. So we have a of 6, right? This is the term we're looking for in the sequence, the sixth term. And that is going to be a of 6 minus 1 plus the difference of 4. So now a of 6 is going to be equal to a of 5 plus 4. So when we look at the fifth term is 23. So what we're saying is, hey, we're going to add 23 to 4, and that's going to give us the sixth term in the sequence, which would be 27. All right? So, but before I continue this video, guys, I'm going to say, hey, if you guys found this video helpful, smash the like button for us. We really appreciate all the views that you guys have been giving us in the recent days of 2023. Thank you guys so much for the support. And what we're going to do is we're going to do one more problem. All right. So let's go through this last problem. And remember, we're talking about the recursive formula. So let's rewrite the formula out for us, right? So we have a of n is equal to a sub n minus 1 plus d. So now in our second problem, this is the list of numbers that they're going to give us. They're going to give us 7, 17, 27, and 37, right? And now they want us to figure out what the fifth term is, right? So we know that's this term here. And then we have the sixth term after. So what the first thing we have to understand is we have to know the common difference before we start substituting anything. All right. So we look at the common difference, and we're going to notice that the common difference between each of these terms is 10. Right. So I know it is a sequence. So now that I know it's a sequence, let's go ahead and use this formula. Let's replace d with 10. Right. So if we now want to figure out the fifth term, right? So we're substituting a of 5. We're looking for the fifth term. That is going to be equal to, right? And we'll substitute 5 minus 1 plus 10. So now we're looking for a sub 4, and we're going to add 10 to that. So when we look up here, let's draw an arrow. A of 5 is going to be equal to the fourth term, which is 37 plus 10. So my fifth term in this sequence would be 47. So when we're talking about arithmetic sequences, guys, this is how you're going to use the recursive formula to find the next number in the sequence. We hope you found this video helpful. If you did, leave a comment down for us below. And remember, our next video, we're going to switch over to the explicit formula. And then we will definitely include geometric sequences for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Algebra 1 with Mr. Peters. Thank you guys for all the support.